Very exciting day for me. Today, I may be buying a car. Where is that from?
That is full coverage.
Nobody told me that. They don't teach you this stuff in school. I bought a car. This is a 2019 Nissan Sentra, especially for having a 2003 Ford Escape. It is definitely an upgrade.
Oh my god, it's so bad. You can tell my period started yesterday. My face says it all.
Hello?
Hello? Are you busy?
No, not really.
Guess what your daughter's doing today?
What is your daughter doing today?
My daughter.
My daughter.
Today is the day that I pay off my car.
Well, there you go. So a good weekend, eh?
It's a good weekend. It was a good weekend, yeah. I mean, I'm tired.
Are you excited, are we?
I remember when the day that I bought it, and after I signed the papers, you said, congratulations on signing your life away.
Congratulations, kid.
Yeah, and then it's just gonna be.
I'll sign my life? My God.
3.5 years later, I no longer have a contract on my life. I still have a piece of almond stuck in my... There we go. Okay. What is going on with the hair? Let's just part it and call it a day. If I'm editing this the way that I see in my head, I'm pretty sure the last clip that you saw was me on the phone with my dad. The plan yesterday was for me to vlog the experience of me paying off my car. See, I brought the G7X. It didn't have an SD card in it. Ignore what's behind me. I've got my sheets and my comforter and stuff in the dryer right now. I also have to go to work soon, so I figured I'd just record this before that. I did have a little clip. I want to redo it. Whatever. So my car, she is paid off. Her name is Prada, by the way. If I have never mentioned that, my car's name is Prada. I looked today on my little app and the account is completely gone, which is like really weird to look at, really weird to think about, but it is paid off. It's a very proud moment for me. I know that I've mentioned that I've been trying to pay off my car for a few months now. When I moved to Chicago, I probably still had like 6 to 8 grand left on it. I was somewhere around there. And somehow, some way, you know, back in October, whenever I started working in Chicago and my entire life was in Chicago and I really wanted my car up here, I was able to budget enough, put enough aside on top of all my other bills and all my other expenses and everything that I just paid it off. Didn't buy the things that I really wanted to buy. You guys know I don't really impulse buy at all. Like, I always talk myself out of buying things, and I always made sure that my bills were paid first before I put a whole bunch of money towards it. You know, I made really big payments multiple times a month, and now we're here. Prada is still in St. Louis. I've also gotten a lot of questions about why I want my car here. Chicago is a walking city. I walk everywhere. Everything that I could possibly need is within a 15 to 20 minute walk from me. What's the point of having a car? Well, here's the thing. First of all, let me also just say, I had to pay off my car before I could bring it up here because parking in a city is very expensive. So my idea behind it was that once I get the car paid off, then I won't have a car payment every month and the parking payment will just replace that. Anyway, I have what I would consider to be a pretty unhealthy emotional attachment to my car. Part of that is because it is my first big purchase. Like right whenever I turned 18, I bought my car in 2020. It was like the first thing that I had done on my own. I think that that's a big part of it. I think another thing is because when you grow up in a place like St. Louis and there's not much to do, you kind of use driving as a fun thing to do or like a way to clear your mind, right? And throughout the years, going out late night, screaming my lungs out in my car, it's the way that I clear my anxiety. It's what helps me just clear everything that goes on up here. And I have craved that so much in Chicago, especially. Like, I cannot wait until I can do a late night drive on Lakeshore Drive and just sing and look at all the city lights and remember why the hell I'm here and why I work so damn hard. So there's that aspect of it. I will also say, going through the winter in Chicago, being alone all the time and with how dark it gets so early, winter was a really difficult time for me. Being locked in my apartment that early every single night was not good for me or my mental health. Seasonal depression hits me regardless of where I'm at, but that on top of everything and just being stuck here, it just wasn't fun. And I know that if I had my car here, it'd be a little bit different, because even if I wasn't going anywhere, if I just wanted to go on a drive or whatever, like, it would still give me somewhere else to go and it would be like a safe space for me and I wouldn't have to worry about, you know, huge safety concerns except for obviously being on the road. I want to prepare for it next winter because I don't see myself leaving Chicago. I'm also still trying to figure out everything with school. I really have not had a minute to kind of sit down and plan out how everything is going to work. This week is my finals. Kind of a busy week. I'm also working every single day except for Friday. I'm trying to go easy on myself, take things a little bit slower, give myself the time to kind of relax instead of like building up all this anxiety before I have to take my finals. Anyway, my car is paid off. I am very proud of that. That's a huge accomplishment for me. I paid it off in 3.5 years. I will not be going to get it immediately. I need to figure out parking first. I do not have a spot. I think it'll be super easy for me to find one. My apartment complex has like connections. I just talked to the people at the front office today, but once I get a specific spot, then I will go to St. Louis, probably for a couple days just to like see everybody, and then I will just drive back and I'll have my car in Chicago, which is so crazy to say. Parking is not cheap at all. I was looking at some prices and I'm gonna be paying a little bit more than I was expecting. I also think that prices have just gone up since I've talked to people. You know, that's not really that fun, but I also know that I can afford it and it's something that I really want. I'll make it work somehow, some way. Also, if I do plan to move, like if I end up going to DePaul next semester and I do move somewhere closer to campus, I will make sure to have an apartment that has an attached garage or something. I do not want to do street parking. I definitely want a garage. I will pay extra for a garage. I do not care. I want covered parking. I know that there's some garages that are heated, which are also really good, like during the winter, because it gets really cold here. I have some decisions to make, but I need to get that figured out before I go get the car. I'm gonna stop rambling now. I'll see you at some point. Oh, this new setting makes it like so dark, but it's kind of vibey. It is 6:11 in the morning on Monday, May 20th. I've been up since 5:30. I just got out of the shower. I'm getting ready to catch the train. I'm just gonna do a little light makeup, throw on some blue light glasses, and call it a day. I got about 3 hours of sleep last night, which I will say, even though it's not a lot, and I'm definitely gonna feel that later, it's more than we've gotten on some of these other train rides. The shower woke me up a lot more. It's a concealer, mascara, brow gel today. While I'm getting ready, you know, the 7 minutes it'll take me to do this. I'm gonna talk about the train a little bit. Okay, this is not focusing. What are we doing here? Okay, that's a little bit brighter. I like the other settings better, but at least you can see me now. But I've had some people be like, oh, the train seems like so much fun. I wanna give it a try. The train is cool. The train is different the first 2 or 3 times you ride it. I feel like after 2 or 3 times, you've kind of experienced every different kind of train that there is. And I know that I've explained the different kinds of trains. I'm not gonna get into it, but once you've done it a few times, you're kind of just like, damn, I gotta do this again. The hair is so greasy. I was gonna wash it last night, but it got super late. I just didn't think it was a good idea. I thought I should get sleep instead. Anyway, yes, the drive to and from St. Louis is about the same, but I would personally rather drive just because I'm more in control of what's happening. Do you know what I mean? I personally really like driving. I'm not the biggest fan of being like a passenger princess. I'd rather drive, and I'd rather drive my car. Maybe I just love my car, but you know what? Fair enough. That's the whole reason we're taking this trip, because I love my car so much that I want it up here, even though I will probably not use it that much. I don't know, maybe I'll use it more than I think. Let's have to see. I also just feel like going to get it out of the garage that I'm going to be putting it in might be a little bit of a pain in the ass. I got parking situated last week, and then yesterday after work I went to go make sure that my key fob worked, because I was like, what if I make this whole trip and then I drive to Chicago and I have nowhere to put the damn car? It works. At least I got into the building. I didn't try it with a car because I don't have a car, but it detected something in my key fob, so it works. You see any pimples or anything on my face? I'm gonna start my period in a couple days, so just ignore it. This is the first time that I'm gonna be taking the Sony ZV-E10 on a trip with me. This is the first time I'm really gonna be like testing it out, vlogging with it. I've recorded a few clips here and there, yeah, but I want to see how it travels and all that good stuff. My lips look so red on camera for absolutely no reason. Can I fix some of this? Like, oh my god, what is going on? I swear your face changes to the luteal phase. I swear to god it does, because there's no way that I look like this. Oh my god. I also haven't slept. I've slept a total of 8 hours in the past 2 days. They're doing great. And I've worked almost 24 of those hours. You know what I'm also excited about? I was packing for this trip last night, and I'm packing really light. Like, I'm bringing a couple different options for outfits, but you're not getting much out of me. I don't care. I'm only there for like 3 days, but since I got a Kindle, I don't have to carry a bunch of books around anymore. Just slap that baby in there and call it a day. Oh my god, my shoulders are not gonna kill me. I'm so excited. Hold on, let me do the hair. I'll be back. I'm gonna switch it over to the ZV-E10. I'm gonna try to get used to doing this. I'm just doing some last minute things, switching over some cards. This is my actual everyday purse. It's just not big enough for me to carry around Chicago. I love that I have room to throw extra things in my bag. I never used to have that. Oh, wait. I need to put my tripod in there too. I'm gonna set you up here. I think I have everything. AirPods. Essential. I'm not bringing my AirPod Maxes. I'll try to figure out a way to show you guys like how close I look to the viewfinder, because it's insane. Now it's time to call the Uber. It's expensive this morning. That's the cheapest one. Uber Black is the cheapest one. Isn't that the more like fancy one? I don't know. I don't use Uber too much. I'll be back.
We have made it! I'm back in my car! It's been so long since I've been in my car. I've not set up the tripod yet, and I think I'm gonna do that real quick. I'm gonna turn it on. Oh my gosh. I love my car. Now she's paid off. Now it's my car. You know, I've not been in this car since January. That's crazy to think about. Oh, okay.
Hold please.
Okay, we've got the car mount set up. Hope it's stuck. Feels pretty stuck to me. So if you don't know this, I don't know if everybody records this way whenever recording in a car or using a car tripod or car mount of some sort, but I actually record with my camera flipped upside down and then I flip the footage whenever I go to edit it. Now I'll have quality content in my car without a shaky camera, which thank God. I have not driven in 4 months. I'm very sorry if you can hear the cicadas. They are insane. They're so loud. That's crazy. One of the first things I'm gonna do is blast Eternal Sunshine in my car because I have not listened to it in a car. I'm so excited. I will say too, I've driven in downtown Chicago before, but consistently driving in a city is definitely going to be an adjustment. This is also why I said that the car mount was gonna be very essential. I miss driving so much. I will always love walking everywhere and I will not use my car if I'm able to walk places, but just, oh my God, I miss my car. And she's mine. She's fully 100% mine. It's a different kind of achievement. It's a different kind of excitement. This is so great. Just being able to talk. Everything's going great. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep. I feel fine. I feel great. I'm very excited to listen to Eternal Sunshine. I'm gonna take a few minutes. I need to go to the bank. I need to run a couple errands, do my usual St. Louis thing, and then I will come back after I've listened to a little bit of music, just had a moment with my car. I will see you guys in a minute. It is so hot outside. Yeah, 87. Damn. Today's a very exciting day. Today you guys will get to meet Gavin. I've talked about Gavin a couple times. I'm gonna drive now and I'll see you guys whenever I get there. Good morning. I'm editing. Whenever I went to St. Louis, it was like 4 days after I had gotten this camera and I was not too familiar with this camera because I hadn't actually gotten a second to sit down with it. So I was not aware that there's a button on the top of the camera that if you press it, it changes it to slow-mo. So I have some content that is all in slow motion with no sound. And of course, it is the entire day that I am with Gavin. Gavin lives in Florida and he was visiting St. Louis this week, which is kind of why I correlated my trip with that same time. So instead of getting rid of all of this footage, I figured I would just create a little montage. I also feel like I've talked about Gavin so much, I'm like, I should show the people who Gavin is. So the first part is us meeting up for coffee and finally seeing each other since March. And then the one clip that I have is an hour-and-a-half long, again, because it's all in slow-mo, but it's us trying to get a picture together. By the way, Gavin is not my boyfriend. I have explained this before. Gavin is in fact gay. He's one of my very best friends. I love him with all of my heart. A lot of people think that we're dating and we thought it would be funny to post something that would make people think that we're dating. So if you saw that on my Instagram story, that's what that is. Here's our little montage and here is Gavin, I guess. We are obviously back in Chicago now, and yes, the car is here. But I've decided to separate the whole topic of the car into 2 parts. So this first part is kind of like the explanation and the little trip to St. Louis, and the next part is going to be the road trip from St. Louis to Chicago. So stay tuned for that, and be sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you have not already. This is a very big thing for me. It's very exciting. I'm so happy that I finally have my baby here in Chicago. That's all. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you in my next video. Bye.